forte and our claim to fame in this business is our training expertise in the industry. We work in the Northeast. We have some of the largest supermarket chains in the country as our customers now, and people come to us because, like again, we're more of a food service company. We know how to set them up and do them efficiently and in a sanitary manner. We spend a lot of time on training and education. We actually work with Rutgers. They have an environmental stewards program. Part of their curriculum is to have some of their students work with us. They help monitor our accounts. They help increase recycling rates. And at the graduation, they get a certificate from us that shows them how much food waste they help recycle in the state of New Jersey. Been a partnership for I think about 2 years now. The collection and transportation part is really important. You've probably been behind a trash truck over the years, going down the road, spewing all kinds of liquids and muck out the back. We couldn't afford to have that happen, so we specifically designed our trucks to handle very wet, very acidic material. We custom-made that container. It's all out of stainless steel, significantly more expensive, but the goal was we had to make sure that it's not going to rust, it's not going to leak. It's got a liquid containment tank in the bottom of it. The gates are sealed. It fills over the top so nothing spills. We know that when we go into a customer's location, we can't leave one drip behind. I mean, we know we're under the spotlight, so we had to go above and beyond. Like this picture here is the back of Virtual Hospital. You can't be dumping stuff in the hospital's parking lot. We do a lot of the pharmaceutical industry in their research labs, which are pristine clean. When we show up, we collect everything. We can't leave anything behind. So we spend a lot of time there for making sure that our vehicles collect in a sanitary manner before they leave the facility. We talked about truck route, and somewhere along the line, someone thought that we were going to have all these trucks running through one. Actually, we're modeling 25 trucks per day for our facility, which is actually a little more than what we would do if we opened today. Based on our existing collections, tons per truck, and the amount of material that the plant needs, if we opened today, we would do 17 trucks a day. We're saying 25 because in the beginning we're not going to be that efficient, but 25 trucks a day by waste standards or by traffic standards is actually the minimum. And given that there's 5 routes in and out of Gloucester City, and a lot of our stuff comes from the north, if you do some simple averages, you're looking at 5 trucks per route per day over an 8-hour period, so it's actually less than 1 truck per hour. All of our trucks when we're on the highway are sealed and we're tarped, and anybody that we also contract with will have to follow the same guidelines of the type of truck, how it's contained, truck routing, and so forth. So we don't want to have anybody we're working with making a sloppy mess in somebody's town.
So you'll have your trucks on the street. You're going to be collecting the material, but you also have contractors or others.
We'll work with other haulers, and we actually want to train them what to do, show them the equipment. Some of them are already doing it and doing a good job. But our goal is to take all of our knowledge and get other people involved, because we don't want to be sole source. We want to work with as many people as we can, but we want to train them and educate them on what we do, how we do, best practices. We'll still go out and train the customer on how to sort separate, but we know that we're not going to be able to deal with every customer out there, so we will deal with the other resellers under our guidelines and under our agreements on how things are handled and how they hit the plant and our hours of operation.
Excuse me, you're saying that you will use other waste haulers who might have all kinds of other garbage in their truck, and then they will carry your organics?
Okay, this is a specific truck strictly for organics.
And is that truck, are they diesel trucks, or are they now fitted with the new guidelines to control emissions?
Our trucks are clean diesel trucks with the new guidelines.
Yours are, under the new
Yeah,
guidelines,
anything
meaning
by
they
air.
are reduced emissions.
Yeah, anything you buy now is going to be those reduced emissions. Our goal is, as we get up and running, to convert to CNG, but there's not enough filling stations right now. Our plans are to factor in slow fill CNG filling in our bays so we can convert our trucks and actually fill them. I can't tell you when that's going to happen, but it's part of our plan. We spent a lot of time with building design, and the one thing that we knew from day one is we're not going to build an outdoor facility in New Jersey or the Northeast. You just can't risk putting anything outside, and I mean nothing outside. From the minute the trucks pull into our parking lot, everything we do is done in a special purpose building. We don't even want trucks outside, we don't want loading outside. Everything we do is going to be in a special purpose building. It's broken up into several sections. We have truck unloading days, we have our mixing area where we mix our food waste and our yard waste together. The digestion area is where we make renewable energy. The composting area is where we compost the byproduct from that extraction of energy, and then we have our storage area. Everything we do is done inside because there's not going to make a sizable investment into organics recycling in the state of New Jersey and risk having a problem by doing it outside. So, very large building, 192,000 square feet, very expensive to build, but it's a major insurance policy for us, knowing that we'll have the confidence to build in the area and not become a nuisance neighborhood. When these trucks come in for those 5 routes coming in and out of Gloucester City, they'll come onto our site, they'll go across a certified scale so we can weigh everything. And the first thing that's going to happen is we have 3 truck bay doors. They're high-speed doors. The truck bay doors open and the truck's back into the facility. That truck bay area is under negative pressure, which means when the door opens, it actually draws air in instead of air going out. And that's important to contain any emissions or any potential odor. So the goal is to always keep bringing in fresh air. So the truck's back in, the doors to the outside of the plant close, and then the doors that actually open to the plant are opened up. And again, these are high-speed doors. The trucks are back up to that area, and we tip the material into our truck. One thing we designed, our truck bay areas are 8 foot above the floor of the plant. The reason being is our material is very wet. When you open the back gate, it's like a flood that comes out. And when you're on level ground, which most composting facilities are, this stuff comes flying out and it splashes all over everywhere. It's all over the truck tires. You end up walking through it, and when you drive away, you're tracking it with you. By designing the truck base higher, which is more money, but it's also what's cleaner, when you're dumping into that pit, the truck never gets dirty at all. Everything is 8 foot down, it's splashing into the pit, but it doesn't get the truck tires dirty or the truck dirty. We dump the entire load, we build a catwalk over the top of the truck with power washers, the truck is sprayed out. At that time, the door to the plant's closed, and the doors to the outside are open. Again, negative pressure is always rolling air in. And during this whole time, there's about 8 air exchanges per hour in that truck bay because of the truck emissions, which is all being recycled and filtered in the plant, and then the trucks finally leave. So nothing is being done outside other than the truck pulling on a lot. Everything else remains inside the building.
Does that spray go, do you also spray as the truck tips? I mean, that would make sense to me. As the truck tips, does it wash it out at that point?
Exactly. So the cat will go over the top, and what we want to do is wash out the contents. Once the material is in our mixing area, we have our recipe almost like baking a cake. We have so much food waste, we have so much yard waste, we have so much brush, we have some cardboard from bulking agent. We make this recipe. In simple terms, it's 70% food waste, 30% yard waste, basically. The only equipment in there, we have a slow-speed shredder, big Cuisinart, but it just chops it like a rough chop just to get it bulked up. We take our front-end loaders, we mix it up a little bit, and it moves off to digestion. This area, again, is under negative air, it's drawing air in. It's got multiple air exchanges, so we're always circulating the air, drawing fresh air in, and recirculating it within the building. Every day, when that material is brought into the facility, it's immediately brought in and put into one of our digesters, which is where we make our renewable energy. And I'll explain what a digester is. It's a very large, reinforced, heated concrete garage. It's 100 feet deep, 23 feet wide, 16 foot tall. It's got a hydraulically operated gas, air, and watertight door. Nothing else mechanical in there. There's no blades, there's no mixers, there's nothing going on in there. It's just a big garage. We take about 500 plus or minus tons with our front loaders, and we push it into this garage. And we close the door. And that's pretty much it. So that's what a digester is. It's designed to create the optimum environment for microbial activity, but specifically the type of microbes that are going to digest the material and create biogas, which is what we're looking for. And by the way, this is not new technology. It's actually very old technology. It's just a lot of new process controls to make it more efficient.